Hey folks, Tyler Phillips from Matthews Studio Equipment here from Burbank, California, bringing you some new products today. First of all, I want to congratulate Matthews on celebrating 50 years in business. What an honor to be able to do that with this amazing team. I want to thank all of our customers and supporters from over the years. I mean, all of you kept us in business, so thank you. We hope to be able to celebrate and continue to serve this industry for at least another 50 years. So congratulations, Matthews. Matthews University, that's new. If you haven't tuned in yet, check that out. It's totally free. It's a new school we put together for our social channels, covering a variety of grip and lighting related topics with other industry folks, but it's hosted by our very own Martin Torner. He's a local 80 grip and has a lot of knowledge related to grip and lighting. He's been answering a variety of questions and covering a variety of topics. If you haven't tuned in yet, we're posting something almost every day. I'm actually going to be turning the rest of the video over to Martin to cover 3 new products we have, starting with the line of 40-inch by 40-inch flags and floppies. I'm sure if you've ever tried to put a 48 by 48 or 4 foot by 4 foot flag or floppy in your car, you probably didn't. Yeah, basically reinvented the wheel and just made it a little smaller. So now available, 40-inch by 40-inch flags and floppies. Comes in a flag, floppy, silk, and matthbounce, all which will now fit in your car, truck, SUV, or hatchback. Docking systems. We have 3 new docking systems available to rig your handheld camera or your gimbal or a variety of other media tools for set or location use. Check those out, those are cool. The new junior right angle adapter for the panel stand. If you haven't seen the panel stand, check that out. And the new right angle adapter so you can rig your lights vertically without running into the legs of your stand. So a super great accessory for the panel stand and a great stand if you haven't been able to see the panel stand yet. So Martin's going to cover these topics. Again, tune into Matthews University if you haven't, at Matthews Grip on Instagram or Facebook. And we hope to see you in person one day soon. Please take care of yourselves. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey there guys, Martin from Matthews Studio coming to you once again from my backyard under the shade of my oak tree. Why? Because it's blazing out and it's the only way I could do this. So here we are under the shade of my oak tree, vertical so you can actually see what I'm talking about. If we weren't vertical and we were in landscape, I'd have to be like 2 blocks away for you to be able to see what I'm talking about. Enough excuses, I'm talking about gear here. We got the Matthews docking system. It's awesome. It comes in 3 different options. Let's talk about the first option. And in my humble opinion, the most awesome option. Why? Because it's coming with the rock and roller wheels. Totally all terrain, really cool. Gives you a wonderful footprint, gives you some good weight down there, and it's going to roll over anything. When you're, off the beaten path, when you're in a parking lot with all beat up asphalt, when you're on stage and you got all sorts of cables and crossovers all over the place, these wheels are gonna roll right over it. They're really awesome. They're foam, so they're not air filled, so they're not gonna puncture. They swivel and they rotate, but once you lock them, they don't swivel and they don't rotate. In order to release them, you don't need to kick them because we realize you might have a really expensive, amazing rig up here. So instead of kicking, it's just a step release. You step on it and there you go. You've released the brake and you're on your way. What else do we have down there on this slider stand? We have 2 Rocky Mountain legs. So this one loosens here, you can balance in that direction. This one loosens here, and then you can level it in that direction. That way you can keep your rig, whatever it's mounted on here, whether it be your gimbal, handheld mode, whatever you're working with, you're gonna be able to keep it nice and level and secure. That's what it's all about. You're investing a lot of money into your rig, into your camera gear, so you better have something very solid and worthy supporting it. So this is it. It's really great. Let's talk about the duty dock. This thing is really great. Jim Salduti, one of the Matthews family members, came to us and said, I got a great idea. He's been a dolly grip for the past 30 years, so he understands what these are all about. He knows what goes into the work. That's what Matthews is all about, designing from the inside of the industry out. So it has all these cheese plate holes right here, standard cheese plate holes, inch to center, and then these long mounting slots so that you can put your RBQ plate on there, level it out, balance it out, your dovetail, your quick release plate for your gimbals, whatever it's going to be. You're going to be able to find that perfect place for it and lock it down. Very important. We get that. We have the TVMP right here. So it's going to be able to be inserted into a junior receiver, into an 1/8 receiver, or you can put it onto something with a 5/8 baby pin. Different options. We understand everybody needs different rigs and you need to make it the way you want it. That's what it's all about. We have these accessory hangers right here, so you can hang tools, follow focus, whatever you need, you know, a vest for a gimbal or whatever you got going. You can hang them from right here. Your handles, I don't know. You decide. You guys know about camera stuff more than I do. So we have those accessory hangers there for you to be able to hang all your different stuff on there. They're also removable, so if you don't need them, boom, back to the truck, pull them out when you need them. If you just need 2 of them, whatever it is, customize it to serve you best. Really cool. In this case, we're going to be using the junior because this has a welded junior receiver on top. It's the best connection you can get. There you go. Locked on. If we take it all the way up, top floor, you're around 55 inches. When you want to take it all the way down, let's back up so you can see what I'm doing. You loosen this guy, you loosen this guy, take that post all the way down to the ground, lower that, you're now at 24 inches. That's really low. You got those dual Rocky Mountain legs, really awesome rig, and I think it's a really cool color. For some reason, I just love red and black. I don't know what it is. Could it be? I don't know. Anyhow, awesome rig. We love it. It comes in 3 different options. We have it with those rock and rollers, or we have it with these Tente non-marking casters. Tente casters, they're the best in the world. That's why, that's what we put on our Matthew stands, on our rolling stands, on our casters. We have swivel and rotation, of course, like you always do. But once you lock that guy, it's not going to swivel and it's not going to rotate. Same with the rock and rollers. They're slip-on, so when you don't need them, if you just want it to stand in one place and not roll around, you just take them right off, and that's our third option. No wheels at all. You need to have it the way that you want to use it. So we wanted to offer those different options to put that out there. Let's keep talking about more gear, guys. That's our docking system. I know you'll love it. Moving on to some more gear. Hey there, guys, made my way to the front yard. Unfortunately, all I have is a 4x4 to cover me up here. So down there, we got to deal with these white legs. But we're not here to talk about my white legs. We're here to talk about the gear. We got Matthew's amazing panel stand here to talk about. So forget about these guys. Anyhow, here it is. Matthew's panel stand. A little closer look at it. We have an awesome carrying handle right here. Perfectly balanced right there so that you can carry it easily. And it's just an all-around awesome stand. We have our Vader series, which are a bigger crank stands. They're big, they're beefy, they have like a 200-pound capacity. This guy has around an 80-pound capacity, so it's going to be perfect for your Airy 120 Sky panel, for your Kino Celeb. It's going to be great for a lot of stuff out there. Big monitors, the Light Mat 8 by Lightgear. Great stand for that. These, you know, those fixtures up to 80 pounds, you don't want to be doing all that work with your back. Put a crank into it, it's great. And not only that, put a really great looking rolling stand in there. So let's deploy these legs and talk more about the functionality of this guy. Once you loosen that T-handle, you can just push right down there, and just like that, you've deployed your legs. We have those awesome Tente casters down there. They're non-marking, these are oversized, so they're going to be able to really easily roll over cable crossovers, your cables, all sorts of debris in a parking lot, whatever it is. And you have that low roller base, so that once you have your Sky panel on there, a 120, and it's, you know, as low as you want to get it, these legs aren't going to be in the way. A combo stand, yeah, you're going to have legs in the way. They're going to come all the way up to here, and you're going to have to be able to get that light, that panel, right in between those 2 legs. Here, you'll be able to swivel it all the way around, and you have that low profile base that can also slide under an automobile, under a couch, under a set piece, whatever it is. It just gives you that much more workability. So there you have it. It rolls around like a dream. Once you deploy the handle, you lock it off real snug, just like so, and then you can start cranking. By loosening that T-handle, loosening that T-handle, you start cranking up with ease. It actually cranks even more smoothly when you have a little bit of weight on there. I'm going to lock it off right there so I can show you guys what we have going on. If you notice, both risers go up in tandem, so you're not just starting off with a little guy and then moving to your thicker bottom riser. They go up in tandem, so you have that much more strength. In here, we have our rack and pinion, and then a cable system. That's the way it's able to go up tandem. And then I'm gonna try to get this right up to you. we have the combo casting right here. So you have your pop-up spring-loaded baby pin with a safety hole right there and that knurled undercut. And then in here, you have the positive V-lock junior receiver for an 1.1/8" pin, and it has that V. So once you get that pin in there, you have 1 point of contact, 2 points of contact with that other wall, and then your T-handle is that 3rd point of contact, really keeping whatever you've mounted in there put. You have this guy collar, so you can put guy lines on there. If you have a big monitor up there that has a lot of surface area on it, and the wind picks up and you want to be able to tie this thing back, there you have it. You have a really secure guy collar, so you can put lines on there and keep everything safe. It's the most important thing out there. All right, let's talk more about it. These Tente casters, they lock in swivel as well as rotation, so once you lock them, they're not going to be going anywhere. Once you start getting this thing as high as it goes, you'll notice you're right around 11 feet. Bringing it down all the way, there's something really cool about this guy. Once you have it down here, this isn't as low as it'll go. When you're trying to mount an 80-pound light, you don't want to be working way up here. You can loosen these 2 T-handles, and now you have a much better loading height. It's really important when you're doing this over and over, day in and day out, to be able to have things as ergonomic as possible. And when you're lifting lights like that, this is going to be a wonderful height to be able to lift things and mount them onto your stand. It's all around a really wonderful stand. And what makes it even cooler, I'll tell you. We have this really cool adapter. I'm wearing a black shirt, so there's not a lot of contrast here, but this is our right angle junior adapter. If you want to be able to get that Image 80, or an Image 80, this used to be called the Image 80 adapter because that's what it was used for, but now there's so many different lights that you want to be able to pop this in there and now mount it with a bail directly in, so your lamp can now look straight down. That's really cool and really useful. If you have your bail in this direction, it's going to be really hard to get that angle. You're going to be looking directly down at the stand. This way, you're offsetting it and you're giving it that angle to make it that much more adaptable when you're trying to really angle the light in any direction you want. Really, really cool addition. And right here, we have a little hole. Let's see if I can see through it. There it is. That little hole is to be able to safety that junior pin. Once the junior pin drops down in there, it's going to line up with the safety hole on that junior pin, and you're going to be able to safety it off. Right here we have a great knurled undercut that's going to be able to really take that bite from the T-handle, and it's going to keep things put. That's what it's all about. So there you have it. It's a panel stand from Matthews. I just want to show you really quickly how cool it is to fold this thing up with a handle, because there's not many stands that have this amazing handle on it. So I like to show off that you can just, you raise it up to here, and then this handle, you just grab it and pull straight up, and just like that, you're ready to go wherever you want, because it's cool and it's not that heavy to be able to handle an 80-pound light. Wheel it around, save your back, use a handle. Awesome stand. Don't you love Matthews gear? Let's talk about some more stuff. I brought my wife's wagon into the back here so I can show you guys something really cool. A new dimension in gripping. It's a new size flag, but I'm really excited about it. We have a 40-inch by 40-inch flag. It's really, really cool. Normally, when you want a large flag, large diffusion, something like that, the go-to is gonna be the 4x4. 48 inches by 48 inches, rigid frame with either duvetine in it, a silk, or your matthbounce, and it's the go-to. Unfortunately, it's a little too big to fit in a hatchback. With that size of flag, you're gonna need a grip truck, a Sprinter van, 89 Volvo station wagon, a Honda Element. There's a few cars out there that'll do it. There's one of the Jeep Cherokees from back in the day that'll fit it if you put it in high. Unfortunately, we don't all have those 3 vehicles, or a Sprinter van, or a grip truck. So the next best thing, 40-inch by 40-inch flag. Here's a 4x4. This is that standard 48 by 48 I was talking about. This one is actually the break apart frame from the Road Flags kit. But normally, if you're gonna have a rigid frame that doesn't break down, this is not gonna get into this car right here, or many cars out there. It's just not gonna fit. I drive a 4Runner. It even has a 4 in the name of it, and it won't fit this in there. Check it out. If I can find this button, I'm gonna show you how easily this new dimension in flags will fit into the car. We've had the 40 by 40 solid out for a little while, and people really, really liked it. Here they are. Matthews, we design from the inside of the industry out. We listen, we are on set, we're using the gear. Once that 40-inch by 40-inch solid started doing really well, we thought, all right, let's put the matthbounce into the family. Let's get a silk out there. Let's get a floppy, top hinge and bottom hinge. And now we have a family of 40 by 40-inch flags. It's a wonderful dimension. They're portable and they will fit on small sets. You're not always working in big old warehouses. A lot of times you're in small office spaces, bathrooms. You're in, all sorts of little cramped areas, and a 48 by 48 just isn't going to fit that well. Trimming that 8 inches off of each end really makes it a lot more manageable. Look, I can even fit it in the frame here. That 48 by 48, no chance. So this is our top hinging flop. So it goes from 40 inches. Once I flop it, you have 80 inches. So now it's going to be 40 inches wide by 80 inches tall. Really cool. We have the top hinge and then one that hinges from this leading end. If you're trying to shade Video Village or something like that, shade a monitor, it's a wonderful tool to have. Many tools for many different jobs. We have the silk right here, really great dimension. I have a silk, a 40 by 40 silk right here, keeping that harsh sunlight nice and soft on me. If I didn't have that right there, look it, boom. I almost whacked my head on this and I got harsh sunlight. It's two horrible things. We don't want that. So I'm gonna close this for one, and then I'm gonna show you this guy. I love it. Bounce light is the best light. That's what it's all about. It's so soft, it's so beautiful. And how are you gonna get it? With a matthbounce. Boom. It's a floppy, 40 inches wide by 80 inches tall. There it is. It's wonderful. It gives you a beautiful return, and it's just one of my favorite textiles. Matthbounces are so pretty. And the tubing that goes all the way around the frame, it's welded, it's stainless steel, it's tubing so that it keeps it lightweight and structural, so it's going to be extremely strong. And then the mounting pin right here, that's a solid rod. So right here you're going to be able to really abuse it and bite it in every which way possible. But this is going to be hollow tubing, so there's going to be more lightweight and more structurally sound. So there you have it, 40 inch by 40 inch. Wonderful family of flags, and we're kind of excited about it. All right, what can I say? I get really excited about gripping. Let's throw it in there. While this door opens up, while I find this button, I'm gonna show you what I like to do. I always like to take my more delicate textiles and sandwich them in between the beefier ones. So this duvetine, I usually, if I have two floppy solids, I like to sandwich all my other flags in between them because they can take the most abuse. So it's good to sandwich that silk in between these two flags. And then whenever I'm leaning this guy on something, I never lean it with the pins up, I lean it with the pins to the side. It's less damaging to the pins, so they're not going to bend if somebody leans against them on the wall, and the pins aren't going to damage the wall. So if you're going to lean your flags against the wall, pins to the side. Have that nice flat edge on the wall so you don't leave scratches. There you go, locations. Helped you guys out. All right, guys, I'm going to slide these back into the vehicle. Nice and easy, just like that. Boom. Like a glove. Push the button. My car doesn't have that. My wife's car is pretty fancy. But there it goes. It's like magic. Thank you so much, guys. It's blazing out here. I'm sweating. My hair product has let me down. I really need a haircut. Many of us do. Take care of each other. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your comments. And we got more posts coming. Matthews University. We love it. We love your input and your comments. Thank you so much, guys. Take care of each other.